My name is Dustin Carter, and I'm the owner of Wheat Ridge, Colorado for Mobility Plus. I was a manager for a restaurant called the Capitol Grill. I was with them for about 10 years or so I have a very heavy customer service background. It's kind of what I came up to, so I always really enjoyed pleasing people, making people happy, comfortable with themselves. And we actually became franchise brokers several years ago. And one of the franchises that was new at the time, which Mobility Plus has only been franchising for about 5 years, was this company. And we actually ended up placing several franchise owners with the business. The model just made sense. It was new, fresh, kind of something different, and we thought we could just give it a try ourselves. So talked to Rich, got everything set up, and ended up not just owning a franchise, but purchasing the rights to all of Colorado, meaning that we can sell franchises in the state and kind of grow business that way. The reason why I wanted to buy a franchise for myself was just to have something more tangible, something that actually has value to it. So if you ever wanted to sell it in the future like you would a home, you would actually have a real asset. Being a franchise broker, it's very transactional. So to actually own a franchise was like, hey, we physically have something that is of value, that can be a reoccurring business model, reoccurring revenue, as well as we grow our own families and want to kind of step out a little bit more. So it was just a fun path to go down. I'm out and about quite a bit, so I'm at a lot of the assisted living facilities, talking to not just like directors and the people that are running it, but the actual people living there. So a lot of fixing their scooters, making sure that their lives are running the way they should, and then also corresponding with their family to make sure that their grandparents and parents are being taken care of by our company. I have, on the community itself, I've noticed actually quite a big impact. So we do get a lot of calls just for people looking for the products that we have, but I'm very proud to say we've got 207 reviews right now, predominantly all 5 stars. So it's kind of great to see where folks are like, hey, we need something to rent because we went skiing and broke our foot, or our parents need some kind of mobility device to stay within their homes. So we do get a lot of community interaction on that side, which makes a huge difference. When you think about some of the customers, we've had thousands in the 4.5 years that have really come through and made a difference. But one is actually, I'll just name drop her, why not? Barbara Smith, her and her husband, they actually needed to purchase 4 stair lifts from us. So they really wanted to stay in their home, and of course, as we all know, to go in an assisted living home, it can be anywhere from $4,000 to $9,000 a month. But they did not want to give up their 2-story home, basement, middle floor, upstairs. So we went ahead and talked extensively with them, and were able to actually outfit them with complete stairlift systems. Each level has their own scooter for everyone to get around on. So to really kind of change their lives from being like, hey, we have to go live in an assisted living facility, to being able to stay within their own home. That was probably the most impactful one that we've had in years, even to this point still. So the advice I have for folks that want to get into this kind of business, honestly, when you started out, don't bite off more than you can chew. I would say pick a lane, I guess you could say. So in the sense of like, do you want to do just actual sales? Do you want to do rentals? Do you want to focus on working with just the VA? Kind of find what your niche is and what you're going to be the best at. And then as time goes on, 6 months, 9 months, year and a half down the road, start adding those other verticals to the business that you can start, becoming more profitable on, and having, more people underneath you, and kind of growing the business on that side. But I would say jumping into this, make sure that, you don't bite off too much more than you can chew right away, but grow it as time goes on. A lot of times in this business, it's a need business, not a want. So they need these products to continue living the way that they want to. You have to be very compassionate to what what their life situation is kind of like as well, but then also have that sales edge to be like, hey, you can't walk, you can't move in this direction, you need help getting up the stairs, and fitting them with the proper equipment to make sure that their lives are running the way that they want them to. So I'd say compassion and that nice sales background is definitely a need to have, I would say. The tech side, it can be trained. You can always hire on at that point there. But I think compassion and sales is pretty much the biggest thing to own this kind of franchise in particular. So Mobility Plus, what Mobility Plus means to me, at least for myself and my family, it's kind of our livelihood at this point, our lives. Being the owner, we're in the stores every day, we're talking with the people, we're in the communities. My kids have grown up now on scooters. My wife comes by on scooters. Jeremiah's family comes by. We all are very involved with having this kind of community. Rich brought us in at a very early level, and even going out to Chicago with him, where he showed us how to turn the scooters on and how to use them. It's definitely a community, but it's been more about on the family side. And for us being younger, having younger families, watching our kids already grow up into the business as well, which Rich has done with his children, it's very cool to see the different sides of that lifestyle and that aspect.